All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. Upfront Tony here from Upfront MMA. And I want to talk to you today about the new adventure that the UFC is putting forth with UFC BJJ. I actually didn't think it was going to do very well to start off with, but this thing is taking off way 100 times more than Power Slap ever did. As a matter of fact, the very first episode has garnished 1 million views plus in 3 days. That's pretty good. You know, you see an embeddeds come out and they might not only get 100K views or something like that. So there's significant interest in this. We're going to talk about who the interest is coming from in a little bit. So today what I want to do is I want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly stuff about this whole thing, in my opinion. We'll see what you guys think. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. Number one, let's start off with the good. First off, it's no gi, so it's dynamic. And it's way more dynamic than jiu-jitsu in the gi, which is very, very slow moving and not exciting at all. No gi jiu-jitsu isn't extremely exciting, but these days, it's a very acrobatic form of jiu-jitsu, if you will. There's lots of inversions, lots of tanglements, and all kind of crazy stuff going on. And it actually makes for a bit of a fun experience to watch. And jiu-jitsu is growing as a sport. And I have a hunch that the people that are watching this thing are all jiu-jitsu people, but there's enough of them now to sustain this operation. I doubt any new people are going to come to the sport of jiu-jitsu, but it doesn't even matter. Now we got a place where we can watch some things. I like how the way they rolled it out. 1 episode every day. You know, don't keep us waiting around all the time. You know, for another episode, I got to wait till next week for a jiu-jitsu battle. I mean, come on, man. So they give it to us nice and quick. Everybody knows we ain't got no attention deficit disorders. I mean, we ain't got no attention spans. So thank you, UFC, for accommodating that problem that we have. A lot of fresh faces. You know, young strapping guys. They all got a character about them. 20 to 30-year-old range. Johnny Grippo's up in there. Johnny Grippo, I remember when he was when I was started jiu-jitsu, I think he was like a purple belt, maybe? Long time ago. This is back when Dylan Dennis was a purple belt, when they were all training under Marcelo's. Actually, Gianni Grippo came to Marcelo's a bit afterwards, and he used to date Aaron Hurley, who I happen to know pretty well. But yeah, so a lot of fresh faces, people you never seen before. They got this kid, Andrew Hackett. You could tell he's going to be like the face of the thing. Young, strapping guy, you know, all the girls are going to want him, blah, blah, blah. Fantastic. He's going to be the face of the thing. Watch and see. I enjoy the fact that they're doing rash guards. I don't want to, you know, it's okay in MMA to have the guys all shirtless, but come on, let's have a little bit of class like we have here in jiu-jitsu. It's a much more classy sport than MMA, okay? It's the classy side of MMA. We're not trying to punch you, make you bleed, nothing like that. Just sever your limbs from places and stuff and fold you up, make you sleep quick. We give you a good sleep. Jiu-jitsu is wonderful. I also do Muay Thai too, but you know, I prefer jiu-jitsu. Men prefer blondes. That's like a movie from like 100 years ago. How the hell do I know that? Let's see. But yeah, I like the rash guards. They can identify which team is which. I like it. I like the rash guard system. Plus, rash guards are wonderful for keeping everybody clean, keeping staph infection away, and all that kind of stuff, which riddles mats. I'm also very happy to find out that Mikey Mussolini isn't actually gay. I was wondering, and my man is a bit flamboyant in the tooth. You know what I'm saying? He's a little bit, hi, everybody, we're going to go do some jiu-jitsu on the mats. And I said, no, you have to invert into the barambolo. Jeez. And then I went back and had some pasta. Here's my girlfriend. I was like, whoa, good. Whew. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay at all. Nothing wrong with it at all. But, you know, I like it when you're just straight with us. You let us know. You know, don't be hiding it back. Not in this day and age. You come out. You'll be open and honest. Okay? So that's all the good. Now I would like to talk about some of the bad. Not quite the ugly, but the bad. One thing, you're not going to see the same amount of antics as you did during the Ultimate Fighter series. You're not going to have any Junie Brownings or let me bang bros, let me bang bros. You know, back then everybody was obnoxious. It was MMA, so it's much easier to get drunk and obnoxious. These guys, they're just good kids. You know what I mean? They're kind of indicative of the kids that walk around today. They're all a bunch of nerds. That's fine. I mean, it's their generation. I come from a party generation, and I'm happy with that. I'm sure they're happy with being nerds. But like I'm saying, the cast is indicative of such. Personally, I would have rather had it be heavyweights that we're going to be watching here, or heavier guys, at least as like the coaches. Like I would like to have Gordon Ryan versus Craig Jones, or if they want a Brazilian in there, like Gordon Ryan versus Felipe Pena. They have a history. You know, there's a couple of different ways that they could have went with this one. But Mike and Musumeci, I guess, very technical. Also, the bigger guys do not care. The bigger guys, they do get into leg entanglements, and everybody goes for leg locks these days. But at least the big guys, they tend to fight more for the upper pressure passing game. And personally, that's what I kind of like to see. And plus, if you're trying to bring a new sport, you want that like, wow, look at that big dude. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Like I said, it's not good. It's not ugly. It's just, I don't know, bad to me. I noticed that the episodes are getting shorter and shorter in time length. Like it went from 30 minutes. Now it's down to 22 minutes in episode 4. Like, whoa, guys, whoa. Pretty soon the commercial is going to be longer than the episode itself. There needs to be some sort of penalty for stalling the action. It's easy to stall in jiu-jitsu. And these days, they use stand-up as their method of stalling. Like they'll just play defensive wrestling while the other guy's trying to get them down. And you could take 10 minutes doing just that. So there should be some kind of penalty. Either one of you's got to pull guard, which sucks. I hate guard pullers. I hate that I see so much of it in here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take that into some of the ugly. One of these guys, Daughterlin, he's on the screen right now. He got a takedown and he sat into guard, successfully did a double leg, and then sat down in front of the guy who's on the ground. The first time I've ever seen anything like that in my life. Like, you're that much of a guard player, bro, that you're gonna give up the takedown? Okay, I guess so. Another ugly thing, the ring, the octagon. This thing is ugly. What are you doing here, guys? Mats, kind of flat. You got them bent up in a ring. One guy got tripped and he hit his face mushed his face into the side. Walls. Why don't you owe Karate Combat 50 grand to 100 grand for stealing their idea. You know what I'm saying? It's cool for Karate Combat because there's some striking going on. In jiu-jitsu, there's no need to have like a faux walls. One of the guys said nobody can escape or get away from you. Well, who's trying to get away from you in jiu-jitsu unless you're Brendan Schaub against Cyborg Abreu? Another ugly thing, casuals are not going to understand this whole leg lock game. It's foreign to them, foreign news. It's like hearing Mandarin Chinese when you're trying to watch an American movie. It's very difficult to interpret. So people, like an average person's going to turn it on and be like, what are these guys doing? Is this like a battle to who can hurt somebody's foot the fastest? You know what I mean? Like, where's the chokes, the arm bar? But that's just the way that jiu-jitsu is gone. It's gone the way of the foot lock. Back when I was coming up, you always got on top. You might grab the foot lock, but you used it to stand up. Unless the guy was way bigger than you. And then you're like, this heel hook it is. Even if he's a white belt in the gi. Not my problem, friend. And again, just the whole berimbolo thing and the inversion. It's not very attacky or self-defense. It's just different. You know, in jiu-jitsu, I either want to see somebody doing some great defense, escaping out of something good, and another guy trying to choke him out or break his arm off real good. Tumbersaulting around, grabbing a leg this way. You know, I'm really glad that we have this whole new jiu-jitsu movement thing. I remember when the berimbolo came into fashion, and we just need something new to come along in jiu-jitsu. We need these young guys to come up with something that's not a berimbolo, something that's good. You know, let's bring back hardcore passing. Let's make wrestling one of the most important parts of the sport to make it more exciting. I like Eddie Bravo's idea, combat jiu-jitsu, allowing strikes once you're on the ground. open hand strikes. Could lead to a good time. You know what I'm saying? You smack somebody upside the head. Legally, you could just smack somebody upside the head. I took you down a smack, you son of a bitch. But I like it. I like it all overall. Overall, in general, Upfront Tony is a fan. And I got a couple last notes here about this thing. They should just tell us how much weed is being used on the show, because I can assure you, looking at these guys, that it has to come with like a weed allocation, because these guys are stoners. They're not drinkers. I didn't see a drop of alcohol in the whole entire series, but I guarantee you there's a lot of smoking going on in the baños. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be weird it's going to be strange. If you don't do jiu-jitsu, I don't think that like this is going to convert anybody or make anybody go join a jiu-jitsu gym. Maybe some people can watch it that don't do jiu-jitsu. Who even knows these days? People might be interested in anything, but it seems like a lot of people are interested in it. And lastly, there's one other thing that's kind of going to be brought to light eventually in jiu-jitsu is it's kind of something that I've noticed. I'm sure others have, but nobody wants to talk about it. Every time I see a black belt and his girlfriend's a blue belt, I'm like, come on, guys, this is the era of grooming and whatnot. It's like the epitome of grooming, bro. Some girl comes walking in off the street. She just wants to learn some self-defense. Maybe she wants to get in shape. And, now she's in the gym every day. She's losing the weight. She's learning jiu-jitsu. You're like, hey, baby, you want to come in for some private lessons? Hey, come on in for some private lessons. I'll give you some privates. And next thing you know, you got her in full guard position, or missionary it might as well be. It's just clothing separating you from. There's this much little bit of cloth separating it from being a sexual act taking place, quite literally. And then you're like, all right, here, baby, I'll promote you to blue belt. Everybody in the gym's like, how did she get a blue belt? I've been here for a year and a half, and she got here 6 months ago. She's not really even that good. Why is she a blue belt? Now, granted, the coaches are at least smart enough to keep them a blue belt for a really long time. They're not just handing out purple belts, because then there would be too much of an uproar in the community. But I'm here to tell you, 50% of male black belts have a younger model, blue belt, purple belt, and some of them, they stay with them long times, and eventually they earn their black belt along with them. Like the Galval, Andre Galval and his girlfriend, and Christian Howder. He even admits it. He's like, yeah, I met my wife. She came into the school. We started doing stuff. I taught her an arm bar, and we've been hitting it off ever since. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but when it's so pervasive, if you will, kind of like all of a sudden, every day you see a new female teacher is taking advantage of one of her students. Like, what? This is crazy. It's like all the time that you're hearing it. And it's the same thing with black belt, blue belt relationships. It's just like, okay, I wonder how you guys got together. Now, granted, is there anything wrong with it? You both got the same exact interests. You do the same thing. You can do it together. But again, then take away this grooming word. It's called courting. Courting has become grooming these days, I guess. To me, grooming shouldn't be allowed to be called grooming unless it's with like adults and kids. You know what I'm saying? But you can't like be like, she's 21 years old and I groomed her, gave her a blue belt. It just, I don't know. It doesn't sit right. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a treat. One thing I noticed is there wasn't a lot of commentary during the actual jiu-jitsu battles. It was really just the coaches, coaching them through. So I'm going to go behind the scenes and I'm going to kind of walk you guys through what's going on, okay? So I can give you examples of what I'm talking about. Where does the fight start? My God, half the episode is the fight. It definitely isn't like tough, you know what I'm saying? Where there's all kind of build up. Look, the fight is the whole dang thing. Whole episode. All right, they're coming. By the way, this is the guy with the blue belt girlfriend that I was like, hey, of course. Don't every black belt got one. All right, so here we go. And then it takes for. I hate this thing. All right, immediately. See, that's why I hate fucking going ahead, because you end up going too far ahead, then you're going backwards. And all right, there you go. Now watch this guy. First thing he does, throws his ass on the ground, and then jumps back up. Okay, at least he did that. The reason he's getting back up is because he wasn't satisfied with his guard pull. Now, here you go. Grabbing ankles. Like, what? Like, if you were a casual, you'd be like, what is happening? Why is there so much ankle grabbing happening here? What is the objective? Somebody should be here like me saying, all right, it's objective of him to pass the guard. Brown's got to pass the guard. Now he's going for a knee slice. And then instead of trying to pass the guard, he sits back for a leg lock. But he's also defending a leg lock, a heel hook from Blue. Blue's all over this ankle, but everybody's used to this. So heel hook defense and leg lock defense is also at an all-time high. So again, instead of passing the guard, they just sit back for a leg lock. Lazy. Now he's getting some overhooks. It looked like he was going to come up the referee position, but he doesn't want to be on bottom. Now he looks, what have we got going on here? Does he got an arm or something? I can't tell. Has he got some kind of choke on the guy? Who's got what? I don't even know what the hell that was. All right, so now he's got him in his guard. Comes up under. He's looking for a leg by rolling under. Now that's a good move, a guard passer. See, you grab the feet, pull him out from underneath. But again, as soon as he does that, this guy's grabbing onto his ankle, so he has to sit back himself and try to defend. Clearly, I'm a fan of the guy in the brown. I can't stand this. I can do it, but I don't like it. I do it because you have to. He's looking to get Ashigarami. He's trying to get 50-50 guard. Now, the good thing about the guy in the brown is he passes to the other side. Everybody passes to the good side. He passes to the bad side. That's going to increase his chances. Even there, he was trying to go berimbolo. Now he's got the knee slice. Soon as he tries to slice through, Blue inverts on top of him. Spinning under again, trying to get the gable grip to really get a good strong grip to extend the legs, get a leg lock. He actually tried to come up. Oh my God, Blue is on top for a second. Now watch this. I think this is the part I was talking about where he hits the double leg and then sits the guard. I couldn't believe it. Brown shoots. He just pulls guard again. Brown's like, screw this. I'm just coming up the middle. He gives up the leg in the meantime. Leg drag position. And again, Blue just tilts over instead of getting up right there. Working a leg entanglement. It looks like two dogs stuck together doing it. You know what I mean? Again, I guess it's somewhat exciting to me, and I do jiu-jitsu, so I can't imagine how boring this is to a regular guy. There's not enough attack. It's all attacking, but there's not enough stuff that looks like it's going to hurt. He's in the full guard. He's trying to pin one arm down, trying to get some wrist control. Horrible balancing position, though. You don't want to be there. But he's just trying to do anything he can. He's trying to get the north-south. That's really all you can do is get the north-south position on these guys and settle them down. Same way that Marab did to Sean O'Malley. Jumping attacks. And the jumping attacks never land either, but they are good for the camera. Flying armbar, guy sitting down, you just try to choke him or triangle choke him. All right, so that's the end of that one. I kind of like the rounds too, because it gives them a break. And it's a hell of a thing grappling. And then, you got to take a minute break and get right back into it. It's not like MMA where you can kind of take a break for a second. The entire 5 minutes, you are working your butt off in general, or you're going to get clipped. All right, here we go. Nice double leg by Brown. Nice double leg. Now, that's the north-south position I was telling you about. He should have settled him down, flattened himself out, man. But, again, he doesn't see these things. You see everything when you watch backwards. When you watch it back, I mean. Trying to get a hold of an arm. Almost went for an omoplata there for a second. But Brown wanted nothing to do with anything. He just got out of there. Cartwheel pass. Looks like he's going. Was that an omoplata attempt there? It almost looked like. Again, inverting, looking for the legs. He wants to push him forward, have him off balance. Brown stuffing his leg, which is good. He really needs to get the knee out of the way. There you go. See right there, a wrestler would have had that guy in a cradle and settled him down. All right, so he's got the front, he's got turtle position. He's got him stuck in turtle position. Now he's got his back. Maybe something could happen here. Now Brown's on the bottom, leg drag position. Blue lets him get up pretty much. Got him in the single leg takedown. Now he sat down. Did you see that? He got that fella in a single leg takedown, then he sat down. Man, looks like he's trying to sniff his butt right now. See, people ain't going to know what this is. Come on, man. He's trying to, like, a knee cut, but he needs to flatten out. Get this arm to the mat and your body across the front of him. And, you got to clear this knee. working the knee slice again, and Blue's just toppling him over. He's got him in some kind of almost X guard, the Barada Plata attempt or something here. You know, guys got fantastic guard retention. Isaac third of Lion. Now, finally, past the guard. He's got him. This is where you got to get in a flatten out, brother. Before you try to get that submission, cook him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Goes for the standard issue arm bar. But he's not even pinching his knees together, bro. Who does that? Like, if you don't pinch your knees together, the guy's gone, bro. I guess, I don't know, man. In the heat of the moment. But that one's drilled into me. You know, heat of the moment. I know to pinch my damn knees. He's looking for the cradle here. No, he's not looking for the cradle. He's looking for the Thars. What am I talking about? Thars choke. He's got the Thars locked in. He needs to trap this leg. Needs to trap the leg. Would have been faster if you would have. There you go. That was that one here. Yeah, I'll do a couple other ones for you too. This was episode 2. Let's get to episode 1's match. You can tell somebody got submitted early in this one because there's only like 7 minutes left of the whole show here. We're not even to the match yet. Oh boy, this is a quickie. This is the Andrew Hackett kid that I was talking about, the young, fresh face. He's going to be the face of the whole show thing. Watch and see, got the whole Sage North Cut-ish thing going on. You got Justin Gaethje, square jaw, Justin Gaethje over here, Aaron Wilson, and here we go. Hackett looks like he fakes for some doubles, trying to get a head tie, tie up, collar tie, just standard wrestling match right here. Aaron clubbed him pretty hard right there. Nice double to a single, but he sprawled out. Now he's trying to do the funk roll. Funk roll did not work. Now he's got him in a reverse triangle, but Andrew Hackett knows to spin out of that one. He just goes to north-south type position there. Now he's got a nice mounted guillotine. Sorry, I smoked. Now that's what I'm talking about. You see that takedown and dude banged his head because of that weird mat. People ain't used to this, and now he's going to get submitted. Strange way to finish the rear naked choke, too. Usually he just is kind of holding his head here. Usually you got to kind of get it behind the neck a little bit, maybe even fist up. You know what I mean? But that guy, he wanted out of that. Let's get to the next one. Yeah, why would episode 3 be anywhere near attached? You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't make sense, right? Now, this episode has 342,000 people, and it was streamed a day later. Maybe the other 600,000 haven't watched yet, or maybe a significant amount of people didn't enjoy the first episode, second episode. All right, let's check out the battle for 3 here. Another short one. Look at this. Now tell me this guy doesn't smoke weed, bro. This guy smokes weed, and then look, this is Uriah Hall's little brother, bro. He smokes weed, and this guy's Uriah Hall reincarnated. Wait till you see. Look at that. That's Uriah Hall, brother. He even talks like Uriah Hall. He like little Uriah Hall. He's going to spin and back kick this guy. He's going to spin and back kick the guy in his first match. All right, here we go. White guy, black guy. Immediately. Oh, I remember the black guy saying he was joking around when he did that. Instead of giving the slap and bump, he went right for the double. Just playing. He said he was just playing. All right. You got the butt scooter here, the white guy. Blue is doing good, trying to grab the ankles. All right, Blue tries to get into the guard. This is the way I like to pass, opposite of a knee cut. And I like to come right up the middle, staple him down with this leg. Blue falls back for the leg lock again instead of trying to pass. Jump for a leg lock. Just keeping guard retention. He's just keeping him away. He's spinning on his butt. He's got good hip flexibility here. I also have that same thing. He's got his gable grip looking to push him forward and get a leg lock. Yeah, you know, that's what you do. You just sit down. Yeah, you got to clear it. You got to sit down. Just sit back. Don't give him no weight. Just put a ton of pressure on what he's trying to get a hold of. And it looked like somebody got caught with a heel hook there. Seeing all that spinning. You can get your leg caught pretty good. And that's why leg locks are so popular, is because they're so effective. But it's not ruining the sport, but it ain't making it any more exciting. 80% of the submissions are by a leg attack or something. It's just odd. We got one more match so far. One more match left. So far, we're only at episode 4 here. And my God, the coaches are supposed to fight at the end. Musumeci's going to rip this guy limb from limb, this Gabriel fella. Now, here we got Johnny. This is a good match. I remember watching this one. Carlos Enrique is a hell of an up-and-comer, and Johnny Grippo is probably the oldest guy here. He's been in the game for a hot minute. It looks totally different with the long hair now. Totally different looking guy. Marcelo Garcia trained. Check, this is another crazy thing. the Brazilian guy, the guy in blue, he cut 15 pounds for this jiu-jitsu. This is a tournament, people. That means he's going to cut another 15 another day. My man's going to have to cut weight 2-3 times in this adventure here. You got this in the semifinals, and if he's in the finals, whoosh, that's rough. But either way, he's got Johnny. Johnny's looking for the leg. He's got reverse De La Hiva, looking to invert on him. Carlos Enrique's doing a good job of not getting toppled over. He grabs his own straight ankle lock. He's got it locked pretty tight, but it's hard to get from that position. Johnny just has to put the boot on, it's called. Just force down. Put all your weight down on that foot, and you got nothing. And he just realized he had nothing. Now he's looking for the waiter sweep. And Johnny came out the other end of the waiter sweep to make it. You know, that's a lot of times in jiu-jitsu. Guys want you to go that way extra. You know what I'm saying? Double down on it. Now he's got him in it. Almost looks like a straight ankle. He has nothing there, but he's turning on it anyway. Literally, he has nothing right there. All right. Carlos is trying to do the knee slice here. I don't know why he would have that grip on the leg. Is he trying to get a cradle? Like, why is that? Now, granted, you can punch that down and then squish him and then come around, but it didn't look like he was going for the knee cut, not that pass. There you go. Nice little flying attack. Looking for the heel hook. Again, this is like the two dogs stuck thing, man. I don't know how many people want to watch this, but like I said, also part of the good is that it is dynamic. It's dynamic in a weird way, but it is dynamic. It's fast moving. Johnny's inverting, just holding on to that leg. It's just so funny. It's holding on to the leg like